That's why you have to change your way of talking. The way you qualify yourself, your brain gonna take this information and say, well, if you told me I was poor, if you told me I can't do this, I can't do that, I guess I can't do this, you know, it won't challenge you, you don't care about it. Welcome my friend, welcome to Conquer the channel where we make sure to get crazy productive to have epic results in your daily life. And today the topic gonna be about how you can overcome obstacle and specifically how you can develop a growth mindset. The growth mindset, which is the difference between the fixed mindset. Fixed mindset is when you say, I can't change my life, I don't have any control of my life, I can't take any advantage of my situation. That's a fixed mindset. Today we're gonna make sure that you have a system and a step-by-step process to make sure that you have a growth mindset at the end of this video. So it's about an article that I just wrote, like how to develop a growth mindset and a mind perspective about that. First thing that we're gonna develop will be the idea that you have to acknowledge imperfection, yeah? You have to embrace imperfection. Why is that important? Well, when we talk about mindset, when we talk about growth mindset and all those things, it means that you have to grow, it means that you have to develop yourself to become a better person. But there is a problem. A lot of people will just be perfectionists, and I can relate to that because I was really a perfectionist not a long time ago. I wanted to create the perfect piece of content for online, but there was a problem, When I tried to do so, I just procrastinated on that. And more than that, the more I procrastinate, the more I started to become frustrated about that. I was like, man, I put so much time into it, I don't have any result, I don't have any outcome, why would I keep going with that? And my brain used some mind's mind, which is kind of mind trap, sorry about that, a mind trap. It told me, yeah, maybe you're not good enough for that, maybe that's not for you, and I started to feel really bad about myself. I just give up on my goal. So really make sure that you embrace the process more than you embrace perfection, that's really important to do so. Because when you do that, as you can see right here, you limit your possibility of experimentation. As I told you, if you don't experiment, you don't grow basically. Perfect will perfect you, as I told you, and that's what you have to do right now, Next thing that you'll do is to aim for progress, Don't put yourself in a corner, don't trap yourself into, yeah, I have to create the perfect thing, I have to create the perfect content. It's impossible when you start to create something perfect. As you can see right here, I'm not perfect, I try to be human as possible, I will tell you, because I'm a cyborg, we never know. But you know what I mean, man. Just be yourself, try something, experiment, and go for the next, just publish and go for the next thing, Okay, let's keep going with that. Publish something if that's pretty good for you, okay, we're good with that. View challenge as opportunity. When we talk about growth mindset, it's really important because as I told you, the fixed mindset is when people say, I can't change my life, I don't have any power on my current situation, I'm born that way, I'm born smart. That's kind of a fixed mindset. Fixed doesn't mean bad, it means that you can't change your situation. Yeah, I'm born in this situation and all those things. You have to view challenge as opportunity. Because what we aim for is progression, it's growth. It's not, okay, I'm gonna take any action, maybe I'm gonna have some result. No. We aim for progression. We want to become a better person because if you become a better person, you'll be able to use all the skills, all the things that you learn on new projects, That's really important. Okay, and also that's a switch in your perspective. We talked about growth mindset and all those things. When you say, oh yeah, that's a problem, or that's an issue, you're gonna fix yourself on it, you're gonna say, man, that's a problem, I have to solve it, I feel bad about this because my brain links the word problem with some bad memories and all those things. But if you say challenge is it's kind of it's a challenge actually, you feel good about the idea. You say, man, okay, challenge me, I gotta do this, there's a new perspective on the thing. Your brain gonna help you do the thing, and more than that, challenge is where you learn the more. So just change the perspective about the word that you use and you'll have a better growth mindset. Okay, let's keep going with that. Reward effort before talent. We keep on the idea of growth mindset and fixed mindset. When people say, yeah, I'm born with that, that's talent, I'm so good, I have my gift and all those things. Really bad, because they fix themselves. Even that's good, even they say, man, I'm smart, that's bad. Why is that so? Well, when you say, I'm smart, oh yeah, that's natural. After a moment, you consider that that's you, you don't have any effort to do, you don't practice, you don't, you don't watch competition. And there's a moment where you're gonna fail, or maybe somebody gonna uptake you, I don't know if the word exists, but you get the point, Gonna surpass you. And you won't be able to take yourself, to see yourself in the mirror and say, man, I fucked up, I have to practice more, I have to do this to become better. Because You said that this talent is part of your identity, and that's really bad. Like, those people can't reflect themselves in the mirror because they say, man, that's my identity. I can't, deny my identity because I'm like that. If I say, man, I screw up, I say that everything that I did in the past was terrible also. That's really one of the biggest problem about the fixed mindset. So make sure that you reward your effort more than your talent. When you say, I'm born with it, that's my talent, that's my gift, you put yourself in a fixed box, and you don't move anything, you don't grow, basically, I will tell you. Okay. Right here, make sure to reward your effort more than your talent. That I told you, if you want to put pause to just read a little, or you will have the article in the description actually. So just if you want to check it out, go in the description, download it, go find it, and you'll see. Okay, give you a treat for every action that you take every day. So that's where you got the grades. And tell yourself that this is why you got the treat. You have to tell your brain, man, I worked so hard today, I feel so good about myself, I deserve a treat. And your brain gonna start linking the idea of, well, he told me that if I have a reward every time I work hard, maybe the idea of working hard is quoted with a reward. So you're gonna start linking the two ideas, and you're gonna help you reinforce the 2 points together. So make sure that you tell your brain that this is why you have the treat, this is why you have the reward. So make sure to do so. The last thing is really important also, as you can see right here, celebrate every little victory. What do I mean about that? Well, it's pretty simple. A lot is about motivation. A lot is about life is a endurance. It's not a sprint, So you really have to make sure that you're able to sustain on the long run. And celebrating every little victory is one of the main points of that, When you celebrate every little victory, when you say, man, I'm so good, I did that, and I took action, so I'm gonna treat myself again, you're gonna give your brain the chance to motivate you in the hard part. Because when life is easy, okay, no problem, you can go work out and all those things, but when time is hard, that's why you have to make sure that those connections between working on and reward are made. So make sure that your brain helps you even if when the time are dark, and the time will come, you get what I mean. Cultivate the sense of purpose. Why is that important? Well, there's a lot of benefits about that. It's more about, the perspective, the mindset. If you have a cause, if you have a mission that you identify with, or you say, man, it's good vibe every time I think about this, I really want to accomplish something meaningful every time you take action. You know why you do something, Really important again to keep on the long run and make sure that you endure all the things that you need to accomplish your goal. As you can see right here, what you have to do is pretty simple. You define a cause and a mission. If you can't, if you don't if you don't already know your cause and your mission, you define the world that you would like to create or you would like to live in. But why that so? Well, because we're gonna reverse engineer. What do I mean about that? I don't have an example about that, but maybe you want us to live on Mars or something like that, Just say, okay, that's my vision, that's the thing that I want to accomplish, that's where I want to lead the world, I will tell you. Now you have to reverse engineer. What would be the value, the action that you take, and the people that you know before it happened? And so today you can take the action that needed to create your vision. Really important, you're gonna help you stay motivated, it's gonna be really cool. Okay, next thing. Keep it close to your heart. Okay, of course, what I will advise you to do is to write that on a piece of paper. You put that on your doorway or maybe in your room. You'll be good. You'll have some visual reminder in your environment, and you'll be great. Okay, let's keep going with that, Change your way of talking. Why is that important to develop a growth mindset? Well, when people qualify themselves, when they say, oh man, I'm too dumb, my family's poor, so I'm poor, they define themselves in the past and the future and everywhere that you want, and that's why they can't evolve, That's why you have to change your way of talking. The way you qualify yourself, your brain gonna take this information and say, well, if you told me I was poor, if you told me I can't do this, I can't do that, I guess I can't do this, you won't challenge you, you don't care about this, you're conscious, your subconscious will say, okay, if you want to do so, we'll be poor and we will be miserable. So make sure that you check your way of your talking. We're gonna see some practical example right now. Okay, first thing to do to make sure that you can take advantage is to use the word yet. Pretty easy, pretty simple, but so much result, really powerful technique. You just say yet. That's one of the techniques that we're gonna talk after that is a gotcha. Every time your brain or subconscious or your bad mind is saying some mind's mind in your brain, you're gonna say, oh, you're terrible, you can't do this, you can't do that, you're born that way. That's some mind's mind, that's kind of a trap. You just say, gotcha, okay, that's not me who's talking, that's just him, to make sure that I stay in my comfort zone. You just use a gotcha and you dissociate yourself from the thought that you have in yourself, so you can protect yourself, More than that, use the yet. When you say those things, by inadvertence, that's possible. When you say, man, I'm not capable to do this, yet. I can't do that, yet. I'm not like that, yet. You know what I mean, man? You just use that at the end of every sentence that diminish you. And just say that one day I'll be. It's not like I might be. Say yet, which means that's gonna come, so that's pretty cool. So just make sure that you use that, that'll be amazing. Next thing. There's no failure, there's only learning. I'm pretty strong on that. You know, you really have to make sure that your mind have some switch on that. I will tell you, you know, that's really important because a lot of people in our society especially will tell you, man, failure is so dumb, you know, you can't take risks because you won't accomplish anything. That's terrible. That's not what we want. What we want is to make sure that your brain understands, yeah, failure is not a problem, you know, if it leads you to growth, you know. Failure is part of the process. Sometimes you just have to fail, you know, and if you're so scared about failure, you won't take any action, you won't take any risk, and you won't grow. So make sure that your brain understands the idea that failure might be a good thing, and failure is learning. Just replace the word, and you're gonna see it's gonna be amazing. Okay, understand the failure, make you grow. Give yourself the chance to take risks and experiment, as I told you. Learn from other people's mistakes. Pretty cool, right? A lot of people will tell you, man, I learned about my own mistake. Pretty true. You're gonna learn a lot about your own mistake, but I think it was Einstein who said so. He said, yes, human being learn by mistake, but doesn't need to be theirs, something like that, you know? Just need to find the good source of information. If you have a problem today, if you have an obstacle, because that's the goal of this series, don't hesitate to go on Google and you put, how could I do that? How could I pass this? You know, I'm in this bad way. Could you help me? There is a lot of community online, like, you know, Facebook and Reddit that will help you. So make sure that you can learn from other people's mistakes. Don't limit yourself to say, man, I'm gonna learn about my own experience, which is cool. Don't worry about that. It's really smart, as I tell you, you know. But you need to learn from other people's experience. So go check it out, find your medium to learn the information, maybe books, video, I don't know, blog article, but do something like that, you know. Next thing is gonna be take ownership for your attitude and take responsibility, I will tell you, you know. Why that's so? Well, your bad mind gonna try to trap you into a comfort zone. You're gonna say, man, you can't do this, you can't do that, you're not responsible. You're gonna say, you're not guilty for your life, just become a victim. Like, you know, your environment happened to you, you can't do this, you can't do that. Just a kind of a victim. Terrible strategy, we're gonna just, like, you know, fix you into one place and you won't accomplish anything, just feel miserable. So make sure that you take responsibility. But there is a big point that I want to, like, you know, talk to you about. A lot of people, when you say take responsibility, they just hear, okay, you want me to say that I'm guilty for everything in my life. Not exactly. It's not at all actually what I mean about that, you know. There's a difference between being responsible and being guilty. You can be guilty, like, you know, being guilty will mean that you're the cause of your problem. Maybe you have poor parents, you know, that's not your fault, but you're gonna take responsibility for that. Maybe something really tragic happened to you. That's not your fault, you're not guilty, but you're gonna take responsibility. Responsibility doesn't mean that you're guilty, it just means that you're gonna take action, you're gonna say, okay, now is my situation, I just want it to make it right, you know, for myself, for my future, for my children, you know. So make sure that you take responsibility in every action. Don't live like, you know, your bad brain say, man, you're not guilty, that's not your fault, there is this, that, happen, like, you know, you're just a victim, you can't do this in your environment, sorry about that, you know. Don't do this, make sure that you take any responsibility in your life and you're gonna grow, you know. Okay, so what do we do now? Pretty easy, you're gonna define the section that talk to you the most. I'm gonna show you again. You have how to develop, okay. Acknowledge, embrace imperfection, view the challenge as opportunity, reward effort before talent, cultivate sense of purpose, change the way you're talking, okay, that's a big part. Use the word yet, pretty cool and pretty easy. There is no failure, there is only learning. Learn from other people's mistakes, take ownership over your attitude and take responsibility. Find one like that. You tell me the one that will take you 20% of the effort for 80% of the result. Really important, really easy to define. You know, there is one of this technique inside of this. You know, I don't want you to know 56 techniques. It's not really useful for me. Make sure that you found the technique that talk to you the most that you will apply tomorrow. So you define this and you're gonna take action with that. And don't forget about that, you know. You have the gacha technique. So useful, so easy. Every time your brain is telling something that is defining yourself, like, you know, in a prison future past and say that you're a bad person. Here's the gotcha. You just say, man, that's not me, I just caught you, bad man, you know, I don't want anything with that, you know, I just want to grow myself, I just want to accomplish something meaningful. But make sure that you found the technique to talk to you, is that you apply right now. I'm gonna show you something a little quick. In my description you'll find this, you know, that's really a PDF that I did, like, you know, with a lot of principle. If you really want to go, like, you know, in depth for productivity and all those things, you're really gonna love this. So just, like, you know, a little guide. That's my website, I'm developing the thing for the moment, you know, but you can develop a guide with 8 secret principle about productivity and 16 technique about productivity procrastination to become a beast. So make sure that you check the description, and more than that, you won't go conquer the channel where we make sure to get crazy productive to have epic result in daily life. I'll see you in the next video, brother, so make sure to subscribe, and you are the best, you know, take the technique and apply something.